Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the second episode of the Unfunny podcast hosted by the Vets Man. Yeah, I'm glad that you guys are joining me for the second episode. Thanks for your responses on the first episode. Yeah, it was really great. Seeing your responses and just seeing you guys, responding to the content and everything and saying funny comments and yeah, it was great. It was great. I mean, it was in the spirit of what the channel represents anyways. So yeah, thank you guys for that. That was really cool. That was really cool. you know yeah. And the good news that I have is that, I mean, the podcast is currently being distributed in over 6 platforms right now: YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Anchor, just to name a few. So, like I said, I mean, if you guys want to advertise or do whatever, just talk to me, guys. Just comment on YouTube. I'll give you my email, and yeah, you can just tell me what you guys want to do. You know, and but yeah, I mean, it's really cool that you guys are listening in. I mean, and also that I'm hoping that you guys are surviving this damn pandemic and whatever the fuck is happening in the world and in this damn country. So I hope you guys are safe. Uh, you know, just chill, grab a beer, grab a glass of wine, and yeah, just relax. And I know you're not used to listening to a podcast, some of you guys, but I mean, the best way to listen to a fucking guy talk to himself for over an hour is probably when you're doing your chores, when you're cleaning, when you're cooking, when you're doing laundry. Just put in your earphones, you know, clean, listening to this guy talk to himself, complain and bullshit and shit talk about whatever the fuck he's talking about in the world and in his life or in movies or on TV, whatever. Yeah, Or I don't know, when you're going out maybe to buy a loaf of bread or you're going to a supermarket or some shit like that. Yeah, when you're just tired of listening to music, just put on earphones and listening to, you know, just listen to me, just listen to this. That's how you listen to podcasts, basically. It's like when you were just doing mundane tasks, basically, Or, I mean, if you're already used to it, or if you used to listen to podcasts, I mean, you already probably have a routine where you just chill, you know, and yeah, just relax and listen to a podcast. But yeah, that's how you guys can get through this. I know it's like an hour, so yeah, I used to do that as well when the first time I used to listen to podcasts. But yeah. Anyways, let's just get right to it. And also, because I'm so dumb, I forgot to mention. Well, I probably should have mentioned it. Yeah, that I mean, to be able to understand what the fuck was I talking about in the first episode, I was supposed to tell you guys that you were at least supposed to have watched some of the videos on the channel. But anyways. But I mean, from this episode all the way to where we take this, um, I'm gonna make the episodes more accommodating. I mean, there are people that are not even from Vits that are listening to this, which is pretty cool. So I mean, it has to be accommodating. So yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. That's how it's gonna go. But yeah, I mean, the first thing I want to talk to you guys about were the unmade sketches, of the channel. I know you're probably rolling your eyes and you're like, oh, yes, he's gonna say something that is just contextual to Vits and the channel. First, after saying all this nonsense that he was saying. But yeah, like I told you guys, I mean, at the end of the first episode, I kind of wanted the channel to lean towards the sketch comedy route, yeah, because the parody videos, the subtitles and everything, they seemed repetitive, and there were a couple of copycat channels that people were doing, you know. They were kind of using our format basically. So yeah, I wanted us to lean towards sketch comedy, And the first sketch comedy that I wrote was based on a Bible scripture. But yeah, no, No, don't give me too much credit. It's not like I read the Bible and I was like, oh shit, let me make this into a sketch. No, I saw a sketch on YouTube, you know. There's a channel on YouTube. I think it's called the Mormon channel, the Mormon Church. Yeah, they have like a film that they film like Bible sketches and all that, you know. So yeah, there's this verse in the Bible, you know. I don't know, Matthew 19, verse 16 or something. Yeah, yeah. So it's called Christ and the Rich Young Ruler. You know, there's this guy, this rich guy who goes to Jesus and he's like, what should I do to have eternal life? By the way, by the way, this guy, this guy is talking to this white Jesus. Isn't white Jesus about to be cancelled? Have you guys been following what's going on? Oh my God, black people are just fucking, yeah, black people are just dealing with everybody. You know, they're just dealing with everybody. Isn't white Jesus about to be cancelled? Anyways, so this guy is talking to white Jesus. And he goes to him and he's like, yeah, what shall I do that I might have eternal life? And Jesus is just like, yeah, just follow the commandments, man. Don't fuck your neighbor's wife, don't steal, don't kill anyone, all of that stuff. And this guy is like, come on, man. I've been doing all of this stuff from my youth up, What lack I yet? Well, yeah, what should I do? Yeah, oh, by the way, yeah, this guy is speaking King James Bible version of English. So, yeah, he's a pretty smart guy. So this guy says that, and Jesus is just like, well, if you've been doing that since your youth, the only thing that you're missing is that you need to give away all of your riches, your gold, your silver, get rid of all your, you know, I shouldn't say that, the B word. Yeah, get rid of all your bitches, man, all of that stuff. You're a rich guy. Get rid of all of that. You will have treasure in heaven. And this guy's like, what? No, fuck that. And this guy just goes away. He steps away. And this guy just looks at them and is like, what the hell do I have to listen to you guys? You're just a bunch of guys wearing sandals walking around the country. So, no, I'm not going to listen to you guys. So the rich guy just goes away, And this is actually the scripture when Jesus terms the term where he's like, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God, So when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, I can do something with this, So I wanted to contextualize that in the context of Wits and getting a degree. So the script that I wrote, Wits was like Jesus, right? And the rich guy was like a first year, second year student who goes to Wits, right? Wits, who is personified as Jesus, but he's like a person, right? So this guy speaks to like Wits the university, but who is a person, and is like, yeah, what should I do to get a Wits degree, And then, yeah, Wits tells him that, excuse me. So Wits tells him that, yeah, man, you need to study, you need to not skip class, attend every lecture, you need to love thy tutor as thyself, all of that stuff. And this guy is like, come on, man, I've been doing that for so long, but it's tough, man. I'm still struggling. So what am I lacking? What should I do? And then, the guy tells him that, you should give away all your res party tickets. You should stop drinking at Kitchener's and Stones and Mickey's. You should stop going to parties. And probably when you finish your undergraduate degree, you should come back for a postgrad. And then the guy is like, oh, hell no, I'm not going to do that, So anyways, it was that kind of stuff. And I mean, the other thing that I wanted to do, the other script that I wrote, it was called Varsities After Fees Must Fall. In that sketch, I wanted to kind of make fun of how the media was portraying different universities and their stances with regards to fees must fall. So basically, Wits was like, the media was portraying Wits as non-violent. They are the ones leading this movement, even though, I mean, the movement, TUT had been protesting about fees must fall for months before Wits started protesting about it, So Wits was like non-violent. They were intellectuals. They were leading this movement, and then TUT, of course, they were portraying them as aimless, violent anarchists that just want to loot and destruct property. And then, of course, UCT was kind of like portrayed as if just like Wits, basically. It was like intellectuals, people that are non-violent and all that, you know. Um, yeah, but basically, I mean, in these sketches, um, it's yeah. There was the people that I wanted to feature, or maybe people that I wanted to be the characters in these sketches. They were cool with the content, but of course, I mean, I want to tell you later on why we never made these. And the third one was called the PY Agency. I mean, of course, we were making. I wanted to make fun of the PYA. The problem that I had with the whole organization, it was that how people kind of had this blind loyalty towards the organization. Even if some of the ideas that they were proposing were just bullshit, people could still, I mean, turn a blind eye and be like, "Oh no, no, these guys are the greatest, you know, student politics organization in on campus, all of that stuff. And the sketch was inspired by an SNL sketch, Saturday Night Live sketch that I watched on YouTube. It was called The Agency. The sketch itself was making fun of fans of Beyonce because in the sketch there's this guy who says he likes Beyonce but he doesn't like the song Drunk in Love. Then he gets into trouble. Then he loses his job. He gets erased. His license doesn't work. His bank card doesn't work. All of that stuff. His life basically just gets messed up because he says he doesn't like one song of Beyonce. So in the sketch itself, it was inspired by that. So yeah, it was about a guy who, after voting in the SLC elections, he says, he voted for them, but he didn't like some of the candidates because he thought they were not experienced enough, or they did not have, you know, the right ideas, or like the capacity to represent student to that level. And then his friends are just like, dude, are you crazy? Why the hell did you do that? You're gonna get into trouble. Then basically they cancel this guy for saying that. So the sketch was about that. It was about canceling people before canceling was um in fashion. Yeah, because I mean it was a long time ago. um you know and I mean, of course, the problem with sketch comedy is about scheduling. People, I mean, we are all students. I mean, at the time we were all students, so the people that were going to be acting in the sketching, shooting in the sketches, shooting them, editing, they were students. So I mean, you would probably have to get what, 5 6 people that will be like actors, and 4 more people that will be the crew, available for like 4 or 5 hours at once, which is just so hard, you know. And these are people that are doing engineering, education, arts, science, and all of that. You have to get all of these people in one time available to shoot, to reshoot these scenes. So yeah, it's very difficult. The scheduling and just the logistics of it all and everything. It's just difficult. And of course, also, I mean, getting people that will be acting in these sketches. Yeah. It's like I said, yeah, it's just not simple. Sometimes, because the channel itself at the time, I wanted to change the trajectory of the channel. It's because it was already kind of established as an offensive, bullshitting rant channel. So everyone was like, "Ah, man, I would like to do this. I think this script is funny, but fuck no, I don't want to be associated with a guy, who a channel that has been making, Hitler videos, swearing at everyone and making fun of everyone." So it was also hard to get that. I mean, and also the people that also could help me, it's because they were also helping me with other things. I mean, we had other gigs, promoting race parties, shooting promo videos, doing event photography, on campus and in other places. So yeah, it was just so hard. It was just so hard, you know. But I mean, I regret that we never actually got that to work because I mean, at this point, probably, hopefully, I mean, it could have been a successful sketch comedy channel by now. But hey, but hey. Anyways, enough about Vets things and the Vetsman channel now. I said I want to make this more accommodating, so I should do exactly that, right? Yeah, I should do exactly that. And I don't know. Yeah, you guys should help me make this popular. I don't know how the hell I'm going to make this podcast popular. Maybe I should, you know, turn in the pages of the rap artist's playbook. Maybe I should diss a famous artist. I don't know. Oh, I'm a rapper, so it's a podcast. Maybe I should diss a famous podcaster, and have a podcast beef. Don't like hip hop or rap artists do that. It's like if you want to, climb the ladder, you diss someone famous than you, more famous than you, so that if they respond to you, everyone is like, yeah, who the fuck is the Vets Man? The Vets Man just said this shit about our beloved famous artist. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should do that. But I don't know, man. You know what? I have an idea. I think I should say ignorant opinions about the new Wits vice chancellor. Right? I should criticize the fact that they chose that guy. That should get me on the news, right? Right? Yeah, a historically offensive comic and podcaster from Wits, just said this, and they will speculate: is it a white supremacist channel? Are they hating on the vice chancellor because he's black? No, I'm messing with you guys. I'm messing with you guys. I'm fortunate enough to have known the guy before he became vice chancellor. So, but anyway, let's not talk about him. Let's not talk about him because it's great that they selected him, but yeah, he has a lot to do. I don't think this guy is going to be like a savior or a messiah of Wits. Yeah, I feel like vice chancellors are the same as presidents. Yeah, their powers can only extend to a certain point. Their influence. But anyways, let's not talk about that. This is not a political podcast. This is supposed to be about bullshitting. This is supposed to be about jokes. So yeah, and just messing, with a couple of topics. Anyways. See, I got myself confused a little bit, but I know. Yeah, this is just terrible. I know it's terrible. But anyways, speaking about confusion, fucking coronavirus. I've never seen people so confused with their lives. My brother was actually asking me yesterday that should I make plans for December? Yeah, and I was like, well, man, it depends, what kind of plans you want to make. But yeah, you can go ahead. Fuck it. You can make plans if you want to. So, but yeah, a lot of people are just confused, man. Some people are leaving a certain place to go to this, to go home. Some are coming from home to go back. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's bullshit. Think about all the shit that has been happening from level 5 until now. I don't know what level are we in. We're like in what? Level 3A, level 3B, level 3 light, level 3 HD. What the fuck is happening? I don't even know, man. So yeah. But all the shit that has been happening, fucking police brutality, people are being evicted. This fucking guys even evicted a guy naked in Cape Town. Was it Cape Town? Yeah. What the fuck? Like, you know what? Anyways, It just pisses me off. It just makes me angry that these motherfuckers, they think they have so much power to violate people's rights now for some reason, you know. Which is why, I mean, some people think this is just a fucking conspiracy to take away people's rights and just fucking control them, and police everybody, police their behavior, police their movement, police their thoughts and everything. But anyways, this is not a conspiracy theory podcast, But anyways, in fact, you know what? I actually read from somewhere on, was it YouTube? Right? If you guys needed to know how how authentic are my sources, right? YouTube is probably as authentic as Wikipedia, right? Yeah, I saw from YouTube that some fucking guy was commenting on this video that the term conspiracy theory was created by the CIA to discredit some of the alternative facts, right, that people were presenting about the killing of President Kennedy. So this guy is saying, yeah, the CIA coined that term to discredit all the other theories that people were saying were the possible reasons, or the people that were the possible suspects in the killing of the president. So the CIA was just like, oh, the government says this is what happened, and everything else that everyone is saying is a conspiracy theory. So I was like, oh shit, okay, that's something, Yeah, So I was like, that's something. Yeah, and by the way, I mean, the video that I was watching, it was a trailer for this documentary, which I actually went on to watch. It was a documentary about this guy from the States. He's called the Unabomber, Unabomber, U-N-A, and then bomber, right? They called him that because he was bombing, universities and airlines, Yeah, this guy was actually a maths professor who resigned, and then he went to live in the woods to make bombs, And this guy, he actually published a manifesto during his bombing campaign that, the technology, the industrial whatever, society and technology, phones and all of that, they will actually cause problems for the human race. People will be depressed. This will cause a lot of destruction in the environment and all of that. Mind you, this guy was saying all of this shit in like the 80s and the 90s. Okay, this is before, I don't know what, iPhones and all of this shit. Exactly. This is before artificial intelligence and all this shit. But this guy was actually saying technology will get to that point of artificial intelligence and all of that shit. So he was trying to kill university professors and scientists and all of that because he was saying they are part of the system that is driving humanity to this point of destruction and all of that shit, So anyways, and when he was caught, well, his brother, well, kind of figured that, well, he's the one who was doing this shit, and he reported him. So, so the comments about, conspiracies and all that were actually on that video, So that was something that was quite interesting that I was watching during this coronavirus thing. But yeah, you guys should probably check it out when you get time, But anyways, like I was saying, there's been a lot of shit that has been happening, since level 5, man. Since level 5. I mean, I remember seeing this video when they were evicting these guys at a church. I mean, even churches, right? They don't give a fuck even if you're a church. Like the videos that were like circulating about people getting kicked out of church and all of that shit. There were even these Muslim guys. That's like a Muslim church guys that were praying that were being kicked out by the police, And of course, in classic South African police fashion, they were like berating them, swearing at them, and saying all kinds of things, which is pretty weird because I don't understand. If I'm under arrest, why do you have to like be shouting at me all the way from my arrest to the police station? You know, it's weird. It's like there's this element of wanting to parent and verbally abuse you in the whole process of doing this. But yeah, so yeah, they were arresting these guys, and I don't know, it's just weird. Do we hate Muslims as South Africans? I don't know. Are we not like religiously diverse as a country? Do we hate Muslims here? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we don't. Do we hate them? I don't know. I think we don't actually. I mean, we never attack them during xenophobia, right? During like the xenophobic attacks. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, during xenophobic attacks, it's like, yeah, we just want to attack people that look like us. Yeah, we want to attack people from Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Namibia. It's like, yeah, it's weird. I mean, if you're from Somalia, Pakistan, I don't know where else these guys come from, India, whatever. It's like, oh no, we want to attack you, but if there's a riot, we'll probably loot your store. But I don't know. It's weird. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, you guys, I mean, come on. We are classic, we are the capital of xenophobia in Africa, aren't we? Or is that an ignorant statement? I think we're the capital of xenophobia in Africa. But I don't think we hate these guys. I mean, we even like the politically non-correct term, right? The xenophobic slur that we call these guys is my friend. So we never call Zimbabwean guys my friend, right? We have tons of names for non, you know, Muslim Muslim guys, right? I have five terms on the top of my head that we call these guys. But hey, I'm not going to say them because I don't want to get canceled. Yeah, but you guys know them. Yeah, yeah, you know what you call Nigerians. You know what exactly Zimbabweans, and I mean, I know five terms that we call these guys, but we don't even call them my friend. But you know what? I think these Muslim guys, I think they were smart. They were the ones who were calling us my friend, right? These Somalian guys and all these guys. They were like, hey, what's happening, my friend? I think these guys, they knew I was that we xenophobic. So yeah, they were smart about it. And we were like, hey, my friend. Well, even though now it's a xenophobic slur now, but anyways. But yeah, I was just that when they were kicking those guys out, it made me think about that. But yeah. Anyways, I'm not advocating for xenophobia, but I mean, yeah, I think our country is pretty good at it, man. And even our xenophobia is so diverse, like our country. We don't call these guys one name, you know. Like I said, I know five, terms on the top of my head. It's the same as our country. We have diverse languages, we have diverse cultures, 11 official languages. Isn't that cool? Even the way we discriminate, man, even the way we hate our African brothers is diverse. It's not, see what I did there? Oh, God. This is just bullshit. But anyways, you're the ones listening to this, guys. But yeah, man, I don't know. I think it's weird how we are xenophobic towards these guys. It's not the same way. I mean, but hey, but the way people are xenophobic towards these Muslim guys, I think it's constant throughout the world. I mean, there was a friend of mine who told me a story that he was stuck in a lift on a Friday with two Muslim guys. These two guys are carrying backpacks, and I mean, if you know anything about the religion of Islam, these guys on Friday, they like to wear their full Muslim garb. So imagine, exactly. So imagine it's a Friday. This guy, yeah, there's two guys speaking Arabic or speaking whatever language from their country that they were speaking. These guys are in full Muslim garb and they're carrying backpacks. So this guy says they were stuck in a lift, the three of them, and these guys are just speaking Arabic or they're speaking, their home language. you know. So this guy is like, he was just standing there and he was praying in every conceivable language on the planet because he looked at those backpacks and, the xenophobia, man, and, the racism was just like, fuck, I'm probably gonna die. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for laughing for that, but yeah, he did that. But you know what? I didn't judge the guy for doing that. I mean, I know it's wrong that he was thinking about those kinds of things, but hey, I didn't judge the guy. I had my own moment, my own personal moment when I was xenophobic, you know, when I had prejudice against these guys. I mean, I usually refer to this story as my longest flight to Joburg. You know, I was coming from PE, Port Elizabeth. It was a school. It was like an undergrad school trip. So we were flying from PE to Joburg, and I think at the day that Springboks were playing or some shit like that. So PE was just vibrant and it was full of people, you know. So yeah, the Springboks were playing and I think they won that day. It was just like a friendly game or some shit like that. So we are coming from this trip. We spent like what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks in the wild without electricity and all that shit. So we're getting back to Joburg, you know. And what happened is, I think 10 minutes after takeoff, there's like a fucking commotion at the back of the plane, right? And we're just all checking, like, what the fuck is happening? What the hell is happening? We don't know. I'm sitting by the window of the plane. Someone sitting next to me is my Jewish classmate, this other lady, and then next to her, it's my other classmate who is this white guy. So yeah, the three of us just chilling there, and we're just like, dude, can you hear that? What the fuck is happening? There's a commotion at the back of the plane, and we see like flight attendants moving up and down the aisle of the plane. They're moving up and down. What the fuck is happening? And then we see our lecturer moving up and down the plane as well, following the flight attendants. So we're like, oh shit, does this have to do with us? Is this guy in trouble? What's happening? So what happens is our lecturer comes to this white guy, who was my classmate, who is at the far end of the seat. He whispers something to him. This white guy whispers something to my Jewish classmate, right? And she doesn't whisper anything to me. Both of them just bow down their heads and they start praying, I guess. So I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? Are we gonna die? Like, why are these people not fucking telling me what the hell is happening? So they bow down their heads, and then I try to like tap the shoulder of this Jewish girl, and I'm just like, bruh, what the fuck is happening? She is just praying. I mean, anyways, I tap this guy, this white guy, and I'm just like, dude, what the fuck is happening? You know what the fuck the guy said? He just said, oh, there's some crazy motherfucker in the plane. And then he bowed his head and he was praying. And I was like, yeah, no shit. I'm about to go crazy because I don't know why is there a commotion in the plane, man. And he was just like, no, there's a crazy guy on the plane. And then he was praying. And this lady next to me, I'm just trying to listen and I'm just like, what the fuck? This lady is not even praying in English, man. She is fucking praying, I don't know, man, in Hebrew or in tongues for Jewish people. I don't know, man. She was just praying. So I just decided, let me just stand up. Let me try and figure out what the fuck is happening because I'm scared. I don't even, the confusion. So imagine being confused, not knowing what the fuck is happening on a plane. Exactly. You are fucking, I don't know how many kilometers above ground and you're confused. You're scared. And all of a sudden, the wings of the plane, they started like clanging, making sounds. And I'm thinking, fuck, are we going to die? Is the plane going to crash? So I stand up. You know what happens? I see my lecturer and one of my classmates having a huge argument with a guy, like a Muslim guy. I don't know. He's probably from like, Pakistan or whatever. It's like from these countries. And also there are two flight attendants there. all having an argument with this guy. So I'm just like, what the fuck is happening here? So now I mean, the proudly South African xenophobia in me kinds of kicks in. And I'm just like, oh shit, what the fuck is happening in there? What the hell is happening in there? So they talk to this guy, they have an argument, but ultimately I see them taking away my classmate, like at the back of the plane. I don't know. I think they took him to like a panic room or something like that. So, anyways, for the rest of the flight, I have to sit next to these two people praying, and then I just have to close my eyes and not look at the window and think that, excuse me, that we're gonna die or some shit like that. And I have to just like pray that the plane will land and someone can explain what the fuck was happening. And along the way I'm just praying that something doesn't happen in this fucking plane, you know yeah, I hope there's no explosion that happens. So yeah, something like that. Anyways, so yeah, I mean the plane lands at Ora Tambo, and then yeah, we go to like baggage claim. We claim, our suitcases and all that shit. And the first thing I do when we're waiting for our shuttle to Vids, I'm asking this fucking guy, this lecturer, that dude, what the fuck was happening? And he's like, no, man, this guy, the Pakistani guy or some shit like that, he was having a conversation with one of my classmates, the white guy, and the guy panicked. So but of course, he was just vague. So I'm thinking maybe there are just two scenarios that happened. It's either the Pakistani guy, at first, because he saw this is just a white South African guy. So maybe he was just fucking with him. I think because from the conversation, he probably saw or sensed a certain, level of prejudice, so maybe he sensed that and he was like, I'm gonna fuck with this guy. It's like that film. What is that film? Blazing Saddles. It's like a satirical comedy. It's like they make fun of racist stereotypes, you know. So I was thinking that maybe this guy, yeah, he can tell that this fucking kid, he's just a white South African guy who doesn't really know that much about my culture and all that shit. So maybe he was just bullshitting him and exaggerating the stereotypes about himself to just make him freak out, because our lecturer told us that this guy was telling this kid that what would you do if we could die in this plane or some shit like that. Yeah, man, imagine if this plane could blow up, all of that shit. I mean, that's what I thought at first, that what, maybe this guy, he was just messing with him. He was just fucking around with him. Or the other thing is that maybe this guy was just being a piece of shit, man. Maybe he just wanted to just fucking mess with this kid, you know, and be like, yo, man, I'm gonna blow up the plane or some shit like that. Because that's what our lecturer was telling us, that, the guy, the conversations that we're having, they're involving death and all that. Which is weird, because why the fuck would you talk about death if you're fucking, I don't know how many kilometers above ground on a fucking plane? So, the poor guy, he had a panic attack. He panicked. So that's why there was a commotion in the plane. But I mean, for me, because I'm confused and I'm sitting next to people that were whispered something and now they're praying. So you can imagine, Yeah, anyways. But anyways, I mean, I think the only way the podcast at this point will make sense to you is probably if you're high right now, right? Seriously, I don't know. I think that's the only way. Um, this is gonna make sense to you guys. Which is one thing I should have mentioned at the beginning. I mean, I mentioned, having a glass of wine and all that. Yeah, maybe I should have said, yeah, light a joint or some shit like that. Have a space pancake or space muffin. I don't know. I don't know what you guys are doing you know, for recreation. Yeah, during, during this pandemic, when you're listening to the podcast. But like for real, I think This is probably the only way this is going to make sense to you. Or maybe because at this point you've probably had, I don't know, 2 glasses of wine or something. But yeah, but hey, speaking about being high, I did something um, irresponsible. Excuse me, I did something irresponsible. I think it was what, during, I don't know, somewhere during the lockdown. I don't even know which level anymore. But yeah, I did something irresponsible during the lockdown. I mean, I hung out with a couple of UJ students, which, I mean, of course, we all know you're not supposed to, well, besides not being supposed to hang out with anyone, you're not supposed to hang out with UJ students. I mean, those people know how to have fun. I always assume that, I always think that hanging out with UJ students is like when celebrities describe smoking weed with Snoop Dogg, you know. Exactly. So it never, yeah, it never really works out. So, I hung out with these guys and they came with some muffins and some pancakes with weed or some shit like that. Fuck, man. Yeah. I freaked out, you know. Yeah, I was just thinking and doing some weird shit, man. I was just doing some weird shit. So, yeah. It's weird. It's weird. And I was, just laughing and doing all of that shit. It's incredible, you know. And the problem with eating these space things, they are just not like any other substance because you ate it. I think the more I mean, the more like as time goes by, I think it gets worse. It makes you high even more, and all of that. So some guy was telling me that he was even afraid to pick up his girlfriend's phone calls. And I was like, yeah, man, yeah, don't fucking do it because everything is in fucking slow motion and your heart is beating faster. You can fucking feel, I don't know, your blood pumping through your veins. It's just not normal. So why the fuck would you want to talk to anyone when you are in that state, you know? But poor guy, I don't know what happened to him, but I'm still praying for him because, hey, man, we all know what happens if you don't pick up your girlfriend's phone calls, man. Especially at night. I mean, hey, you know, there's like a timeline that happens. It's like at first, hey, why are you not picking up? The second hour, who are you with? And then after 3 hours, I hope she makes you happy. And then, yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. And sometimes, I mean, I remember this other girl that I dated. I used to say that she used to hit me with the wrestling promo threats. You remember WWE when they're promoting like Royal Rumble or SummerSlam? So she would be like, there are two people in this relationship. There are two people in this relationship. They scratch, they claw, they fight for the world heavyweight champion of the world. Yeah, she would hit me with like wrestling threats, man. It's personal between me and you. Yeah, so yeah, man. The last thing you don't want, yeah, don't, yeah, don't not pick up your girlfriend's phone calls, man. Otherwise, yeah, you're gonna be in trouble. You're gonna be in trouble. But hey, look, let me not give weed a bad rap. Weed is not the only thing that makes people fuck up. You know, alcohol as well. You know, I mean, shit. I remember during this conference. There was this conference with these guys from like the SADC region. Guys from Mozambique, Tanzania, Zimbabwe. So we hang out and chilling with these guys in this conference. And of course, if you put a bunch of students together, what the fuck do you think they're gonna do? They're probably gonna smoke weed and they're gonna probably drink together. So that's what happened. And it was like a postgraduate conference or some shit like that. So this guy from Tanzania he brings something called konyagi, right? So it's like a rip-off of cognac or some shit like that. But it's like a Tanzanian cheap booze, cognac, shit like that. It's sold in Kenya, Zimbabwe, I don't know where else. you know. So this guy brings this thing, and us as South African guys were like, "Hey man, what the fuck is that?" And it's like, "Ah man, this is cool. Do you guys wanna have a drink?" And we're like, "Yeah, for sure, man." We make him have some South African things. He gives us this thing. We drink this thing, and this thing fucks us up because we've never drank it before. And this thing is not normal alcohol. This thing, I think it makes you high and drunk at the same time, because the way we were just fucked up, it was weird, you know. And even people in the morning, they were like, "What the fuck did you guys drink? What the hell was happening with you guys in the morning?" Like yesterday. And this guy who gave us this thing, he was fucking normal throughout. So, yeah, that was something that happened. And yeah, the story doesn't end there. The worst thing that happened that has to do with this fucking cognac thing this guy gave us is that when I got back to Wits a couple of days later, I saw a meme that was saying, if when alcohol is so strong, you want to find out what are the ingredients. Do you know what the fucking picture was on that meme? The picture was a guy holding a bottle of cognac. Exactly. So, yeah, So I'm just like, fuck. Yeah, they turned the fucking guy who looks like he's inspecting this bottle to find out what the fuck did I just drink, and they used that picture of that guy holding a fucking cognac, you know. So yeah, man, yeah, that shit fucking fucked me up. And yeah, yeah, just booze just sometimes it makes you do weird things. I remember this other time. I mean, there were guys that were trying to rob me in Bram this other time, and yeah, because I was under the influence. I tried to fight these guys because I was like, what the fuck? No, these guys, they were just skinny, short guys. I was like, no, fuck no, I'm gonna fight these guys. I can't just allow them to like try to rob me. So I'm trying to fight these guys. I don't know, it was like four of these guys. I tried to fight these guys, but it's not really working out because I'm outnumbered and I am not normal. So I try to fight these guys, but I just give up. I get tired, and I also think that fuck, I'm probably gonna get hurt now. So I stop, and these guys, when they like try to like pocket me and take stuff, they don't find anything because I'm not carrying anything. I was only carrying my keys and my student card. And I'm just thinking, what the fuck was I doing? I could have just stood there. These guys were not going to find anything. So, yeah, I risked my life for nothing. So, anyways, even though I laugh about it, but I mean, it could have turned out really bad because they could have just pulled out a knife and stabbed the hell out of me or some shit like that. Or shot me. I mean, this is Joburg, so. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. Tragedy, I don't know. I guess is not far away from comedy or some shit. Didn't Shakespeare say that? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't Shakespeare, but I'm just trying to sound smart by saying Shakespeare said that shit. But you guys are smart. You should figure that out. Yeah, we should know. We should know what the fuck. Who the fuck said that? But I mean, for real. I think they call it like what? Tragic comedy? Yeah, or some shit like that. But yeah, anyways, anyways, let me have a glass of water before I lose my voice, you know. But anyways, speaking of tragedies, there's someone who commented on the first episode and said that you guys would like to see me. I think that is a tragedy. Really. Guys, my picture is on the fucking thing. Yeah, it's on the cover of the podcast. I have big ears, I have horns. Exactly. That's how the Wits Man looks like. So I mean, but on a serious note though, I mean, guys, we've been locked down. Saloons have been closed. I haven't had a haircut in like what, 5 months? I haven't been to the gym in like what, 6 months? So guys, come on, I look terrible. I look terrible. So, and also I'm overweight because, excuse me, because I mean gyms are closed. So yeah, what the fuck do you guys want to see? I look terrible. So, but hey, you know what? I have an excuse of looking terrible. Lockdown and coronavirus. if I gain so much weight, if I'm fat or whatever, I'm just gonna be like, hey man, gyms are closed. What the fuck do you expect me to do? You know? So I mean, come on, guys. Yeah. But you'll see me soon. I don't know. Maybe if I start having guests on the podcast, there are some people that I'm hoping to contact. So yeah, maybe that's when you'll see me when I don't know, but you'll see. Why the fuck would you guys want to see me anyways? I pissed off a lot of people back in the days. So, yeah, that's why I always hit my face because it was just so easy to say fuck you to everybody because they never knew who the fuck I was. But anyways, I'm gonna do a superhero reveal, identity reveal, like Iron Man. I'm Iron Man, and remove the mask or some shit like that. No, I'm just messing with you guys. It's probably gonna be a flop. I was watching this other guy called Phoenix Jones in this documentary. This fucking guy from the US, this black dude, he was like a superhero in this city. He was like trying so hard to be like a real life superhero. He tried to do that shit in front of the news, revealing his identity. You know what? It wasn't as epic as the film Iron Man. So, why the fuck would someone do that? Why the fuck would someone do that, anyways? But I don't know. I don't know. It's weird that I'm saying that because, yeah, the Vets Man, it sounds like, right? It has like connotations to like superheroes and shit like that. And I think it's bullshit now. Well, I don't know. This is like a moment of me realizing how stupid I am. I'm trying to make fun of a guy who was trying to be a real life superhero. And I even named the name of my channel, The Vets Man. I guess I'm not that smart after all. anyways, you know what? Fuck you guys for making fun of me. But I don't know, man. Yeah, but yeah, why would I reveal my face? And I'm gonna do that later. Imagine, you know what? Imagine if I reveal my face and you guys found out that maybe I'm one of the people that were preaching the God the Mother thing on campus. Yeah, how would you feel? Right? By the way, where the fuck are those people? Where the fuck are the God the Mother people? And are those people only on campuses? Like, guys, can you tell me? Like, are those people all over the city? I know some guy from Cape Town who was like, "Oh, the God the Mother people are not only in Joburg, they're also in Cape Town." But what the fuck is up with those people? Can the God the Mother people shed light on what the fuck do they do? I mean, and also, is there like I don't know, the PR comedy of those people? Like, do they really teach each other to act as if they are stalkers? Do they have to act like serial rapists when they approach you? Like, really? I mean, all my experiences with those people have been terrible. And the people that have always been approaching me, it's like, like nice females. They come to me, hey, you want to know about God the Mother? And I'm just like, oh, you know what? I don't want to be rude. Let me just listen to you. I did that, and I was stupid enough to give them my cell phone number. These people, look, the word stalker is an understatement. This fucking lady was fucking creepy, man. She would call me every fucking 5 minutes. And if I don't pick up, she's gonna call me until I pick up, man. You know? And it's like she always knew where to find me on campus because I would always bump into this lady on campus. And she would be like, oh yeah, let's have like a 30-minute Bible reading session and I will tell you about God the Mother. And I'll be like, how the fuck did you find out where I am? You know? And I would always wonder, what if at the time I was dating someone? I mean, how the fuck would my girlfriend feel like if there's this lady who is calling me, I don't know, every 5 minutes? And if I pick up, she will want to have like a 2 hours conversation with me about God the Mother. I don't know. Hey, you know what? My experiences with these people, they were just so weird. They were just so weird. I don't know. I would like to know more about them. I mean, yeah. I mean, the other time, that lady, she showed me a video at the Matrix, like during lunch. which I was just like, oh, yes, this is the most appropriate time of showing me a video that I have to listen to during lunch at the cafeteria at Wits. Really? What the fuck am I even gonna hear? Because there's like 1,000 people at the cafeteria at the time. So how am I gonna hear what the fuck are these people saying in the video? But anyways, the video was all about South Korea and all that, which I was like, oh really? Is South Korea the capital of the God the Mother Christian religion or some shit like that? But anyways, yeah. Why am I shitting on these people? By the way, I don't know. But yeah, like I was saying, if yeah, just imagine if yeah, you say if I show my face and yeah, you find out that I was one of the guys that were preaching you that shit. What is that gonna do for our relationship, people? What is that gonna do? You know. But anyways, yeah, leave my face. I look terrible by that. Yeah, yeah, leave my face alone. You know. I'm gonna show it soon. Let's just bullshit on things and let's bullshit on people together in solidarity with each other, you know, without seeing each other's faces. We will soon, you know. I don't know. But you know what? I think the goddamn other people should actually form an alliance with like feminist group. I think that shit would be deep, you know. Yeah, because they'll be like, you know, yeah, the God the Mother is like a feminist theoretical approach of, you know, analyzing religion because the Bible itself has been always so patriarchal and racist. All that shit, you know. I just think that shit would be cool. Oh my God. Is my podcast going to be cancelled? Oh, shit. anyways. But I don't know, man. I have nothing against feminists. I think feminists are really cool, man. You know, and the positive stuff that they've been doing, yeah, it's really cool. I mean, you can see the changes that they've been doing, and they've been really cool. I mean, to see that some of the work that the feminist school of thought has been doing, that has been working. I was watching porn this other day. Yeah, don't fucking judge me. I mean, come on. We've been locked up, people. You have been watching porn as well, so you know. So I was watching porn this other day, and yeah, for some reason, which I still don't understand, because yeah, for some reason I looked at the comments, you know, because there was something weird about the video. So I looked at the comments, and guess what? There were people fucking calling out sexual harassment in the video. You know what? I dropped the phone and the lube. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, there was no lube involved. Okay. I dropped the phone and I clapped my hands. I was like, you know what? This this shows how progressive our society has gotten. We are calling out predatory behavior in porn, man. We're calling out sexual harassment in porn. I was like, this shit is incredible. Feminists, I respect you guys. The work you've been doing is really cool, you know. So I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. Because everyone was just like, yeah, fuck this guy. Why is this guy harassing this girl? Why is this guy doing this shit? And I was like, really? In pornography? This is great. This is great. You know? But anyways, you know, the only thing that ruined that moment, the only thing that fucked up that moment for me, that glorious moment, it's when I saw that fucking movie. What the fuck is that movie with those people speaking Italian? Ah, shit. What is that movie? 365 days. Yeah, 365 days. When I saw that movie was number one on Netflix, I was like, what the fuck? The same society that is calling out sexual harassment in porn is willing to make that fucking movie number one on Netflix. Like, really? Are we now glorifying kidnappers, rapists, sexual predators? Like, really? Do we glorify them because, oh yeah, this guy is rich. Oh, this guy is good in sex. So, you know, even though he's a sexual predator, but he's not like the rest because, I mean, he's good in bed. Like, why the fuck would we do that? Why would Why would people support? Like, I don't know. I don't understand it because I mean, there's like a million things wrong with that movie. First of all, this guy kidnaps this lady and is like, oh, I'm not going to do anything to you. You have to fall in love with me in 365 days. I won't do anything to you. But I mean, before I do anything, before you fall in love with me, I am going to be sexually harassing you. I'm going to be grabbing your boobs. I'm going to be threatening you with violence and all of these things, you know? Yeah, so yeah, I think it's just weird that people were supporting that film, man. I don't know. And the message of the movie, it's like, oh yeah, sexual predators are bad, but I mean, if you're good in bed, then I'm gonna fall in love with you. Is that really what has been wrong with rape or sexual predatory behavior? It's like, oh yeah, if I force you to do this sexually, but yeah, if I give it to you good, then you will fall in love with me. I mean, get the fuck out of here. Fuck that. Like, really, I don't understand, man. So yeah, that movie, it just ruined the moment that I was having, man. The celebration when I was like, we're moving forward. This movie is like, it was saying fuck you to feminists. It was saying fuck you to just women everywhere, and it was just saying fuck you to people that are victims of that kind of behavior and those kinds of situations, man. I mean, that film, I think it set women back. I don't know, man, like a fucking 100 years. It was just unbelievable. It was just unbelievable. I don't know, man. You know what? Maybe the guy got away with all that shit, not because he has money, maybe because he's light skinned, man, light skin privilege. I'm kidding, man. I don't know. I don't want to fuck with light skin privileged people, But it's weird, You know what? Speaking of light skin privilege, actually, there's a guy who told me that during level 5, he was drinking with a couple of guys, just like that Tosa guy on the news, he bought alcohol from places, from his secret places, yeah. So he bought alcohol from these other places, and then he said that he because he lost his ID, he wanted to go to Home Affairs and then collect something and then go to the police station to get an affidavit about the fact that he lost his ID, right? But the problem is he was drunk. Remember, they were not selling alcohol during level 5. So this guy said, fuck, halfway when I'm going to the police station, I realize, shit, I'm drunk. Why the fuck would I go to the police station? So he turned back. He went to his place. He went to sleep. So when he was telling me the story, I'm thinking, fuck, were they gonna? Yeah, what the fuck was gonna happen to this guy? Well, I mean, of course, they were probably gonna ask him, where the fuck did you buy alcohol? You know, and I don't know, man. They were probably gonna beat the shit out of him, possibly kill him. Also, I mean, yeah, like the president said, they get over enthusiastic, right? That's like the politically correct term that the twang that the president was using. He said, "Oh yeah, they get over enthused with beating people up." But I was thinking, oh fuck, this is just some light skinned guy, man. Was his light skin privilege gonna help him? Were they not gonna beat the shit out of him and possibly kill him? You know, but I don't know, man. I guess it's just one of those cases of comedy not being far away from tragedy. I mean, it's funny that, yeah, he would do that, but I mean, it could have turned out really bad if he actually went there. Um, well, unless maybe those guys, they they only have prejudice against dark-skinned black people. I don't know. Yeah, but it's weird. It's weird. Anyways, guys, let's just end it there. Let's end it there. We will meet, on the next episode. We will, yeah, we will talk about other things. We will talk about other things. But I'm just glad that you guys joined me, and just be safe and have fun, man. Don't take this damn thing too seriously. It doesn't mean that your life is over because you're locked up or you're doing online learning or you're unemployed or you're stuck at home. with your family, or things are not going well. Yeah, no, you know what? Fuck that. We have to keep pushing forward, man. We have to keep doing. We have to keep going. We have to keep doing whatever you want to do. Don't let this whole thing and anything derail you, you know. So yeah, let's meet on the next episode. Let's meet next time. But yeah, thanks for joining me. And yeah, have fun, be safe, and yeah, take care of yourselves.